Hi everyone and welcome to my tutorial for today. I hope you guys are okay. I'm still your girl, the Needle Woman, and if you are new to this channel and yet to subscribe, please hit the red icon to subscribe and also touch the notification bell. It enables you get notifications once I upload. Okay, and I appreciate you guys for your comments. Thank you for your time on my channel. Thank you very much for the love you've shown me. For today's tutorial, we're going to be making a 6 pieces bustier flay gown without cut. It is a highly requested video. Okay, so I'll be using these 6 yards of Ankara fabric for it. Now, ordinarily, I'm supposed to cut it this way since it doesn't have any cut. Okay, but because I would want to make use of this design, I'd want it to come out this way. I'll be working like this as against this way. Okay, so what it means is that since this is length 45 for Ankara fabrics, I'll be joining at the lower part. I hope it's very clear. Assuming our material were to be very long, there won't be any cut at this lower part. So it is still assumed that we didn't give any cut because this one is going to be invisible. There won't be any cut at the waist area. Okay, so I'll be using the floor also for it since it's going to be a very long dress. Okay, now the length of my dress is 65 and this here normally is 45. This is 45. So it means I will cut this one first. Then for the lower part I'm going to be joining here, I will still cut it later. I hope I well understood. I would have worked like this, but because I want to use this design, I don't want it to be scattered. That's why I'll be working this way. Okay, so we're going to be using the floor right away. Thank you guys. Okay, so now I will need to fold my fabric into two like this with the width of about 9 inches. Okay, because the one we'll be adding here will now be wider than this one, so 9 inches is okay for this one. 9 inches. Then I will need to measure my shoulder, which is 8 inches. This is our starting point. Okay, 8 inches. Then from my starting point on my shoulder, I'll come down by 4 inches. You are supposed to be familiar with this one. Then I'll measure my shoulder to bust, which is 12 inches. I'll add half an inch extra. Okay, 12.5. And then I'm going to take my under bust, which is 3 inches away from my shoulder to bust. This is 3 inches. Now, having come down by these 3 inches, I will also go up by 3 inches. Okay. Now, it depends on the bust size. Some people's under bust might be 4 inches away from their shoulder to bust measurement. Okay, you need to find that out. Now, my half length is 16.5, but I'll be using 17 inches. I added half an inch extra. I will turn this into a straight line. Okay, I hope this is visible enough. So this is my half length, this is my under bust, this is my shoulder to bust, and having come down by 3 inches, I also went up by 3 inches. Now my nipple to nipple measurement is 4, that is 8 divided into 2. I'll be putting my sewing allowance of 1/4 inch. So here, if you are using half an inch as your sewing allowance, you need to put half an inch, but I use 1/4 inch. Okay. And with this done, I will have to connect this. Remember I came down by 4 inches here. I will have to connect this 4 inches here to this point and then down to my waist. That is where I'll stop. This is what I mean. Okay, you see where it stopped. Now from this point now, it will have to spread out gradually. Here you can use your ruler to do it. So we have something like this. Remember, we're going to be adding another material here to get to our length, okay? So this is it for the center front. Now for the neckline, first I'm taking away my 3 inches for shoulder slope, and at this point I'll use half an inch. For my neck, I'll be using 3.5 inches, or I will use 4 inches. And for the depth of my neck, I will also use 4 inches. It depends on you. If you want a wider neck, you can increase at this neckline. So I'll just cut. Okay, so this here now is the center front. I will also notch these 3 points as usual. Alright, so I will now use this one to cut the 2 sides. Okay, so now we go for the sides. I'll be cutting just one side and use it for the other one. And I also advise that in cutting this kind of style, you be careful so that you don't end up running out of fabrics, because it consumes fabric since there is no cut. Alright, so I'll be cutting just one side and then use it to cut the other one instead of folding. I'm trying to be economical here. Now remember that for our center front, we folded it into 2 with the width measurement of 9 inches. Now you see the way I placed it. I will need to rule here so that you will be seeing it, because this fabric is tricky. Okay, now this line is the line that ran across our folded edge. Okay, I'm not using it for anything, just so that you will know where the fold is. Alright, now the 9 inches we measured at this lower part, you see the way I placed it. Okay, I left some inches away from this 9 inches. Okay, let me measure it, because I'm sure somebody will ask me how many inches. I left 4 inches away from our folded center front. Okay, now with this placed like this, I'll just take the points where I notched. Remember, I notched our shoulder to point, under bust, and 3 inches from shoulder to bust point up. So I'll have to mark it. And then our waist, that's the half length. Okay, so now we have 4. With this done, you have to trace out the shape of these upper parts down to the waistline area. just the same way we do our bustier, but you will need to stop at the waist area. Okay, now with this done, I'm going to lift this one. These are center fronts now. I'll lift it and complete our measurement. 3 inches, 2.5 inches. I will connect to my under bust. Okay, I hope you still remember this shape. Alright, so now from here, from this our waist now, using my ruler, I will extend the line to our hemline. This now will include the 4 inches I left here earlier. Okay. Okay, so you have something like this. With this done, I will now place this one back and take our body measurement. Okay. The armhole is 9 inches. Bust is 42 divided into 4 will give us 10.5. This is 10.5. I'll be adding 3 inches for allowance. Okay. Waist is 36 divided into 4 will give us 9. I'll also be adding 3 inches extra for allowance. So I'll connect my bust to my waist. Now this 3 inches is optional because because of this bulge here, we already have our allowance at this point. Okay, so if you like, you can choose not to add the 3 inches. I will need to show you. Alright, so I changed my bust to this place because of this bulge. I will need to clean this one. Okay. Alright, now with this done, I'm going to still shift this center front to this side to make sure I get 18 inches width at this hemline. Okay. Or better still, I'll just measure it. Okay, so this is 18. Okay. So this is one of the 2 sides. I will just cut. So I will now place this one on the reverse on top of this one also and cut it out to make up for the second side. Okay, so these are the 2 sides. We'll now go to the back panel. So for the back side, I'll be using also this center front to cut it out. All I need is to give our zipper allowance. I'll be using 1.5 inches zipper allowance. Okay. So as it is now, just cut it out. I will open this one up. I'm going to be using basically everything on the front panel, including the neckline. Alright. So for the sides now, I'm going to use this one. Since the back does not have the bulge at the bust area, so I'll use this. And like I said, I'll be cutting one of the two sides. I will use it to cut after I've finished it. Okay, so for the sides, I'll be using the center back for the back panel to cut it. Okay, and as you can see, I placed it. This is the center back. I'll need to draw that line once again so that you will know where it started and ended. Okay, so now you know where it started. I mean the center back. Okay, that's the essence of this line. Here all you need to do is to measure out your waist line, which is 17 inches. That was what we used at the front, which is at this point. So the flare is going to be starting here. Okay, and then also you trace out this shape here. You see I stopped at the waist line. Okay, and then you turn it over because we want it to be the exact measurement with this flare on this other side. Okay, so you turn it over like so. So now we have something like this. So we have something like this. All right, and then we'll go back also to get the armhole. Our armhole for the front was 9 inches. We are going to maintain that. Okay, our bust measurement was 42 divided into 4 will give us 10.5. Remember our zipper allowance was 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inches. So we don't get confused. Okay, 10.5. Now like I said, for the front, because there is bulge, I reduce the allowance, but for this back, I'm going to maintain the 3 inches allowance. Okay, for my waist, it is 36 divided into 4 is 9, which is here. I'll also be adding 3 inches allowance. Now I'll just join the bust to the waist. And then take this one. Remember, this is our waistline here. This is our waistline. So I'll just move this back panel like so. And still draw it. So this is the back panel. I hope you guys got me very well. So I'll just cut. Okay, so this is one side of the back panel. I'll now use this one, still place it against this fabric, but this time I'm turning it over so I don't end up cutting the same side. I'll turn it over like this and still cut to get our second side. Okay, so this is it. Now, like I said, this material is not long, that we're going to be joining it at this down part. Ordinarily, if it were to be a dress that has a cut, the cut should be around here at the waistline. But because we said it's not going to have any half cuts, we had to cut all of them together. Now, this Ankara fabric is not that lengthy, so we need to join here to get our actual length. Okay, so this is our center front, as you can see, and I've cut out another piece of fabric in order that we achieve our length. Okay, I did so in all the pieces of the gown. All right, I didn't need to show it because it's very simple, but I made sure that the design corresponded with the one I cut. As you can see, if I join it like this, the design is still the same thing. So I made sure it corresponded with all of the pieces I cut out. Okay, so I will now proceed to join each of them so that they will be together. I will join this one, join the back, everything together. When I am done, I will then cut out the lining. Okay, so as you can see, I've joined the front panels together. I hope you can see this is the front. All right, please let me also add that while joining this other attachment, this lower side was wider than this place. Remember, this place was 9 inches, but you know, as assuming we did not join here, it is supposed to keep moving like this. I hope you understand. So this lower end is wider than this 9 inches. Okay, so I've joined them separately. I've also joined the lining for the front panel separately. The same thing with the back. I joined the back also. I hope you can see it. I also joined the lining separately. Now I'm going to line it properly the normal way. Okay, I'm going to work from the neckline to the zipper area down to the hem line. Okay, so the lining is going to be about 1 inch shorter than this. I hope you understand. Whereas this length is 65 plus allowance inclusive, our lining is going to be either 1 inch or 1.5 inches shorter than this fabric, because I won't be folding the lining with this one. I'm going to fold only this one so that the lining will be hanging loose inside it. Okay, so now with the lining completed, as you can see, the next thing should be to just join the front and the back panel and the shoulder the normal way. Fabric against fabric, lining against lining, and then you fold and sew. Okay, after that I will insert the zip. Okay, so now I've joined at the shoulder, the front and the back panel. The next should be to make provision for where the zip is going to sit. Now my zip is 24 inches, so I'll make a stitch of about 21 inches away from the neckline. This is what I mean. Okay. So I'll start to close my zipper area from this point down. Okay, my zip is 24 inches, so I'm starting from 21 inches away from the neckline. When I close it, I will then insert my zip. Okay, so having added the zip, as you can see here, the next thing should be to just use the body measurement to close the two sides and then insert the sleeve, and I'll go ahead and do just that. Okay, my lovely people, so this is it. Check it out. You can see the lines, they came out so very fine as intended. Also, where we had the joining, you cannot see it except you were told there was a joining there. You check out the back also. And for those of you that has belly fat, this is going to be actually good on you. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I appreciate you guys a lot. And if you are new to my channel, please don't leave without hitting that red icon to subscribe and also touching the notification bell. Till we meet in my next tutorial, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Take very good care of yourself and don't ever forget to keep your head high. Bye.